Hello and welcome to this How End Times is Affecting My Hobby video with me, Mark, from the Xenoviz channel. So you can probably tell a little bit that I am getting more ill, really. Nose is going now, and the throat, so I've got myself some orange juice. I've bought some lemons, got some lemon and honey. What helps a cold? I've ordered a pizza, that might help. Takeaways, yeah. So yeah, how End Times is affecting my hobby. Well, it's affecting it quite a lot. Everyone knows End Times is this huge thing that's happening to the Warhammer fantasy universe. The storyline is advancing, and it's all going to pot, really. Lizard men are going, Skaven and Chaos are getting stronger, dwarves are dying out, the elves have their island, all four islands have sunk and now are merged together in the woods, where they annoy beastmen and Britannia. And some characters that we love are gone, some characters are staying. And how does this affect our channel and the hobby? Well, me and Ian decided before Christmas we were going to collect fantasy, so we started buying some models. I don't think we'll be able to use them anymore, and I'm probably going to have to sell them. On a recent rumour, which I'll show you in just a moment, it explained why I've got this attitude towards it. Basically, not a lot of things are carrying on into 9th edition, really, and my love is the elves, and I had said before previously, it doesn't make sense for them on the field aesthetically, because high elves are kind of these Roman-y, kind of noble soldiers. The dark elves are like pirate-esque kind of influenced, and the wood elves are kind of Celtic. So those three things don't merge together and look unified on the battlefield. Now, one of the rumours, it states that actually this is because this isn't going to work, and they're kind of changing the elves, which suggests to me that it's a complete revamp. After End Times, everything's essentially getting revamped. The circular bases are coming. Now, it's still rumoured on whether everything gets a circular base or certain things get a circular base. We're seeing bigger and bigger models, and it looks like that's going to be a continuing trend. And fantasy is going to change from having to spend double the amount of money on an army. And what you do is you buy 1 or 2 big models that will cost between 500 to 1,000 points. That's essentially a third of your army, up to between a third and half, and then you just get the other units you like, and then that will be your army. And then as fantasy moves along, there'll be updated models and new additions and White Dwarf rules, just like the Tyranids have been given in 40k. And as a fool, I bought the Tyranid models and the White Dwarves. They're alright, they work well, but now looking back at it, it's like it's a brilliant ploy. It's like Games Workshop has just got like £100 extra out of me. If there's a million other Tyranid players out there, that's a lot of extra money they're getting, as well as making their normal stuff. So it's a brilliant business plan. But I'm going to talk about 2 of the new rumours that came up on Fate 212, and just to give you a little insight of, again, what I'm thinking about fantasy. So the rumour, Warhammer Fantasy 9th edition. I'm summarised here everything I lately collected, blah 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 blah. So, version 9 has to imagine that this excuse me, still ill. There will be rule changes, blah 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 blah. There will be factions and not a bundling of existing armies. So that suggests that there will be classes, kind of like new races. No word on the real skirmish mission. The thing that interests me is the quantity of new stuff for battle will just be incredible. It's if all that is planned comes out, new releases will be essentially new entries, unique monsters, and elite units of 2 to 5 figures. And fantasy rumours, some of the list of what kits that you should be okay to purchase, but it says not to base, so suggesting circular bases. It says these ones are fine and these will be used in 9th edition. Araloth, Cauldron of Blood / Bloodrack Shrine, Eternal Guard / Wildwood Rangers, Citizens of Fawn / Wild Riders of Curners, Witch Elves of Cain, Citizens of Slaughter, Treemen, Savage Orcs, Night Goblin Fanatic, Stonehorn / Thundertusk, got that, Mornfang Cavalry, Thanquol and Bone Ripper, Vermin Lord, Warlord, Great Seer, Screaming Bell, Plague Furnace, Storm Vermin, Storm Fiends, Doomwheel, Hellpit Abomination, Nagash, Coven Throne, Mortis Engine, Terrorgeist and Zombie Dragon, got that, Mortrax, Morgeists, Glot, Klin, Magath Lords, Gutrot Spoon, Blight Kings, Gore Reapers, Wrathmongers, Chaos Spawn, Chaos War Shrine, Demons, Gorgon, Cygor, Grim, Burloxton, Joseph Bugman, Runesmith, Iron Breakers, Iron Drakes, Gyrocopter. No more Lizardmen, but they are still playable. No more Beastmen, and Elves become more eldery. Units taking aspects of their gods. So, those are the rumours. Excuse me, I really need some orange juice. What do you think about it then? Not a lot of things are making it into the new 9th edition bit, but as an I'm not an old player. I haven't been playing this for a number of years. I've played a couple of games 3 years ago. Literally a couple of games. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed and was excited about collecting High Elves and having a new army, but it looks like if I want to have a 9th edition army and follow the channel and have the channel focusing on a little bit of fantasy, I'm going to need to sell what I have, and that's a little bit annoying because at the moment I've got a mage, 10 sword masters, 5 reavers, 10 phoenix guard, 10 white lions, essentially a prince on griffin and a load of spearmen. I've also got undead. I've got Vargeist, Terrorgeist, some zombies, a vampire lord on horse, some skeleton knights, and ogres. I've got Stormhorn, something like that, the big creature, and then a tyrant and a manhunter, which doesn't seem to make the cut. So I'm gonna have to sell some stuff on eBay quickly, and then just have that money saved in a little pot, and then splash it out when fantasy comes along. I do feel, if this is the way it's going and there's a big revamp, I do feel for the old guard and the old players, but I'm kind of in this, I'm not part of that group, so I can start afresh. I think a lot of people with the old armies are going to keep their 8th edition rulebook and play that game, continue to play that game, because in 20 years time that still may be a loved favourite game. It may be the most played edition of Warhammer Fantasy, you don't know. Just keep your rulebook, keep your models. If you've got your armies, play the game you like and enjoy, and if you want to do 9th edition, do it. I don't have a full army. I don't have a coherent army right now, so I'm going to have to sell the models I have, which I was really looking forward to doing, and just have that money ready for when 9th edition gets. So, end times, how has it changed my hobby? Well, I'm going to have to sell what I've got if I want to do 9th edition, essentially. That's how it's changing my hobby. And the fantasy game is slightly changing, it looks like. So that will change the hobby. But what do you think of these extra rumours? Let me know in the comment section below. If you're part of the old guard that love fantasy, what are you going to do when 9th edition hits? Or is this the last straw and you're just going to stay in 8th edition? I've been Mark. I've been very ill. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video where hopefully I'm better. Goodbye.